What's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. We're back again. Once again, another one, you know what I'm saying? We got this weekend recap for you guys. Tap into. Got some news and notes we got to cover for the week, you know what I'm saying, last week. So, a lot of stuff to get into, you know what I'm saying? So, I want to salute everybody coming through the building, first and foremost. I want to salute everybody for your support, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. It's all good. Yes, sir. Apple LD in the building. What's good with you? JC, what's good? Salute. We back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro, coming through. So, little recap, man, for you guys to cover these fights. You know what I'm saying? Over the weekend. Free Smoke was good. Let me see. Yeah, the Shakur Zepeda still ordered now. Zepeda's still the interim champion for the WBC. His team just requesting to get that number one spot in the WBA and get that mandatory position back there. They lost that position when they won the WBC interim title back in November, and after the rematch with Tevin Farmer, they requested to get that position back in the WBA. So yeah, they ordered that fight. So we're just waiting to see if those guys can't make a deal, it go to purse bid. So I know there's stuff out there about Shakur ducking. If he was ducking, he would have been stripped. He didn't get stripped. So if you hear any narratives about him ducking, you can call cap on that. Bro, Don in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys coming through. All right, we're going to start with our recap. So going back to Friday night. Not sure if you guys caught this, but this was Red Owl Boxing on the Zone down in Houston. The main event, Deontay Brown versus Contreras. I mean, pretty solid fight. You know, Brown was the boxer. He was outboxing Contreras, who was the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? Brown is pretty solid. Like, he fights at lightweight. He won the fight by unanimous decision. I think, you know what I'm saying, he can mix in there with some of those guys that won 135. Up-and-coming guys like, we seen Abdullah Mason last night. That would be a solid fight for him. You know what I'm saying? Andy Cruz, like guys like that. He would come in as the B-side, but he's capable. He got solid power and he can box. So he got the decision victory right there. He said, bet that. But you always got, yeah, bro, you got to keep it like that because you'll see a lot of stuff out here. They won't give you the facts because it's a narrative-based boxing community. So if I don't fuck with you, I'm going to tear you down, even if you got the facts in your face. And a lot of people that's going to keep it a buck. Whether you like to do it or not, you got to keep it a buck. A lot of people don't do that. Yeah, he got outboxed big time now for sure. Antonio Moran, yes sir. I'm gonna talk about that. Salute to you, bro. Lionel in the building, yes sir. Big upset. We got a new undisputed champion. This is a very close fight. Tina Riprich versus Yakamata. Yo, this is pretty competitive. It could have went either way, honestly. This is for the undisputed title fight at 102 pounds. So these ladies small as hell. You know, it was back and forth basically. One of the scorecards was hella wide. I think it was like 99-91. That won that fight. They missed that fight. But Tiny Tina, she become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? At 102 pounds, they should run this back. To be honest. But yeah, that's what's up though. This was in Germany, so Tina is from Germany, so she got that hometown. You know, she got the nod, but I thought it was close, razor thin. That wide scorecard, it kind of messed up stuff when you see that in boxing. Because you know that fight, it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? So, new undisputed champ. Here's this Janabek card. Actually pretty solid, yo. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of notable names on the card. Otabek Kamatov came back. He had to stop his victory. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see him back. You know, he had that great fight with Ray Ford last year for the WBA title. Put him right back in the mix. He's still with top rank, from my understanding. And if Shushu can't get no work, I mean, I don't know. Shushu probably deserves his opportunity. I get it. But Kamatov fits right in, you know what I'm saying, with like fighting like guys like Joet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he can mix in with them. So we'll see. But he came back. He was coming off of knee surgery too. Jukin Baliev, he's a contender at 140. So he beat Kane Gardner by decision. Pretty dominant performance. He's another one that he can get in the mix. He's in that Team Bomac stable. You know what I'm saying? I know Bomac wasn't there for him yesterday, but he trained with them. So that's interesting because Jukin Baliev is a southpaw, fights at 140. And I feel like maybe that's a good look for Keyshawn Davis getting ready for De Los Santos in June. Maybe he's going to give him some work in camp. So yeah, I like Jukin Baliev though. He good. Carrington's a work in progress. I think he's good. I think he deserves a world title shot. I mean, if these other guys getting world title shots, there's probably these other guys getting world title shots, that's work in progress for real. Why not him? So yeah, I think he should fight for a title next. He crushing cans. I thought that guy was underrated coming to the fight, but yeah, good performance by Janibek. I'm gonna speak on that. Jolov, he had a damn performance to me. He was facing a big Hulk guy from Ukraine. He dominated the fight, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like he was doing too much movement. He did drop him early in the fight with a straight left hand down the pipe. But it was a lot of movement, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe people not scared of him like they normally are. This is the first time he went to decision. He got a decision. He didn't get a knockout. So he 15-0-14 knockouts. He still could get a little bit more active though. Jolov, you know what I'm saying? Olympic gold medalist, and you know what I'm saying? He beat Richard Torres, beat him a bunch of times. So he can get back in the mix. Then they matchmake him, get him another fight. You know what I'm saying? Get him another fight. I think he can do some things because he's 6'7", can box, and he got cracks. Like there's not a lot of guys at heavyweight division that can do that. Zurbek versus Fuzili. This is a good fight. 50-50 pretty much. Fuzili, he was boxing real well. It was a stretch in that fight where looked like he was ready to dominate, you know what I'm saying? His check right hook was nice. It was 2 southpaws. Maybe Zurbek probably pulled it out down the stretch, but this is a good fight. Like, Fuzili was talking about retirement, and he came in here and showed that he probably can give these guys at 130 a good fight. He's a good name in that division. Not sure what he's going to do, but he came on short. That was a good fight, though, honestly. He said, I agree with the title shot. I feel he needs a couple more fights. A bit more experience, but why not give him a shot? Yeah, I'm saying. I mean, I'm with that too. I feel like this dude about to be 28 pretty soon. How much longer he gonna stay at 126? I think, shoot. If he haven't learned now since he been with Top Rank, then he ain't gonna never learn. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much, that's what he gonna be at 28 years old. But we'll see. Main event, Janibek versus Nasingwe. Nasingwe can fight. It's just, I think Janibek is the best at 160. And Janibek is one of the best fighters in boxing, real talk. And he fought a different style. He was in the pocket yesterday with this guy. And he beat him up. He was sharp. Janibek was sharp, though. I like how he was running his numbers. He dropped the guy in the first round. You know what I'm saying? It was one-sided. One-sided ass whooping. Homecoming type shit. You know what I'm saying? Janibek is high risk, low reward. A lot of guys ain't really knocking down his door because he don't bring a big payday. But he also is to blame and not getting big fights too. He been turning down some stuff too. So it goes both ways. But this performance, Janibek looked like he looked the real deal. Janibek is the real deal. Like, he will give some of these top guys problems. I think he's the best at 160. I know Adames is a WBC champion. I think he beats him. He's a good fighter, yo. Like, he's really hard to deal with, and he can box and punch. You know what I'm saying? And he showed he got a wrinkle in his game. So yeah. That highlight. It was a highlight reel knockout. He had dude. He popped his head back and all types of shit. It was crazy. Like, so that should get him some more looks, and that shit should go viral the way he knocked out dude last night. But Janibek, I'm not sure, yo. Like, let's see what Top Rank and PBC gonna do, because PBC got both of the champions. I mean, the Lara fight makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If those guys gonna work together, let's do Janibek and Lara. Lara's talking about coming back on Tank's undercard in June. So if that's the case, if he's on that undercard, probably not gonna beat Janibek. Adamas has a mandatory. I'm gonna speak on later. So it's a lot of we'll see, but it's gonna be hard for him to get big fights. He's talking about calling out Benavidez at 175. I ain't gonna lie, that shit actually makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not gonna get a big name. That's just how the shit works. So we'll see. Janibek nice though. All right, moving on to the Queensberry show. Now this is their first official show on the Zone. So let me see. Shit, the highlight. Rafferty. He's a big puncher. He was getting outboxed those first couple of rounds. That he hit the guy with a right hand. Was it a right hand? I think it was a right hand. He hurt him in the clinch, but it was a break. He hurt him, and that was it right there. He stopped O'Regan. O'Regan can box though, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully he good to go and come back from that. But Rafferty at 140, if you seen him, he looking like a middleweight in the ring. So I'm not sure how long he gonna be able to hold that. But he a big, strong guy. We had some controversy with the heavyweight fight, Adelaide versus TKV. It was a slow-paced, kind of boring fight, but TKV was outboxing Buddy. You know what I'm saying? It was another shit where the controversy came when the ref called a break and he slapped Buddy's hand, TKV. And J hit him with a left hook. That, you know what I'm saying? They got the ball rolling. Because other than that, he was getting outboxed. And it was looking like a little ugly fight type shit. So J ended up getting to stop his victory. I'm suspecting TKV can protest that. You know what I'm saying? The ref did touch his glove. It's clear as day. I actually thought, I heard break. He told him to break, and then he got hurt. And I was like, damn, that's how shit works. I know we all know the old saying, protect yourself at all times. But, that right there was obviously a bad move by the referee. You know what I'm saying? So they probably run that back. I'm not sure. But J, I mean, he didn't look good in this fight to me. He looked good his first fight with his new trainer, the last fight when he stopped Saul Dakers, but this one he kind of struggled a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He the can crusher. Yeah, he gonna keep doing that until he can get a big fight. His team gotta be able to get him a big fight, a big name. Main event, this is a good fight. Joyce and Hrgovic. They was going at that shit, bro. It looked like Hrgovic was in control the first couple of rounds, and Joyce started to get his shit. Hrgovic was tired. That dude was tired after 3 rounds. So Joyce got back in the fight, you know what I'm saying? Same old slow Joyce. His jab was pretty solid, though. And he was pushing Hrgovic back. Hrgovic don't fight well in the backing up. But he did enough to get this fight. He was landing hella right hands, and Joyce was eating them shits. So that kind of, I don't know if Hrgovic was always that big puncher. I know he used to punch behind the head, but was he really that big thudding puncher? Because Dubois was walking through his shit. Now Joyce. But Hrgovic got the victory. He needed this one. Both guys was fighting like their career was on the line. So I do salute that. But Hrgovic came. I thought that was a fair decision. I had it like 96, 94 for Hrgovic. But it was a good fight. It's a fight. Maybe a rematch, but Hrgovic moves on. Maybe he can get a big fight. You know what I'm saying? We know Queensberry got a bunch of heavyweights over there. So, let's see. Yeah, he always gas out. Bruce Gas in the building. Salute. Speaking of gas, salute to you, bro, in the building. Yeah, he be gassing out. Yeah, talking about gas, right? Perfect timing. Yeah, that's what's up. Salute. Yeah, he always, I don't know. So, we'll see. Maybe, because this is a short notice. So I don't know if I can blame it on the short notice because you're right. He gas out all the time. That's crazy. Perfect timing. Here's the Pro Box card. So Gio Lopez, he went the distance with Rene Alvarado, former world champion. He needed those rounds, tough, solid, professional rounds. We had an upset in the co-main event. Marquand Williams I felt like he was a dark horse at 140. And he looked like he got tired in that fight. He hurt Moran early in that fight, but Moran, back half of the fight, he outworked Williams. Outworked him, touched him up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He got the benefit of the doubt. Got the decision. This is a big win for Moran. He considered as like a gatekeeper / I would say gatekeeper. Gatekeeper and journeyman, to me, my definition of it, they pretty similar because they always come in the B side of the fight of the fight. And they brought there to lose. A journeyman will probably give you a good couple of rounds, and then once he feel like he can't win, he'll just pack it in. A gatekeeper going to fight to the end, coming to win. You know what I'm saying? Even if they out of the fight, they in the fight, so they got chances to win. He gave Andy Cruz a tough fight. The fight before, he hurt Andy Cruz, and he ended up getting a big victory over Michael Williams. That's gonna get him in the rankings, get higher up in the rankings, because Michael Williams was rated in a couple of organizations, and more importantly, he gave Moran a bigger fight, a bigger payday. You feel me? So that's what's up, man. That's a well-deserved victory too. I thought he beat him clear too. The back half of the fight was actually one way, to be honest. If you've been real with it, yeah, huge win, now for sure. Who's more of a live dog, gatekeeper or journeyman? I think the gatekeeper is. The journeyman is he there. He gonna give you maybe solid rounds, but he ain't no threat to win. Gatekeeper, you have to beat the gatekeeper so you can go on to bigger and better things, right? So let's say Moran wins this fight. Williams won this fight. He can go on to a top 10 guy at 140. So if you can't beat the gatekeeper, who's the one that's supposed to test you, then you fucking around some nights. If you bring your 8, then sometimes that gatekeeper can beat you. Journeyman ain't really in no position and no threat to win. They're just there. They give you solid rounds, and they've been in there with a competition comparable to what you trying to get to. They fought guys that's in your weight class that you trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? So they've been in there with guys. But when they get to about the third round or something, they up out of there. Like a prime example on the top of my mind of a journeyman is Eric Molina. Eric Molina have a strong first round. He might clip you, and then after that, you hit him one time on the shoulder, and he up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So Matchroom had to stop bringing him over there because every time he gets touched on the shoulder, he ready to go home. A gatekeeper gonna be up in there. They're gonna be trying to win. A gatekeeper is more so like Gay Rosado type shit. You know what I'm saying? They might luck up and win a fight or two. Journeyman one loss away from Pro Box Circus, then one loss to Misfit. Yeah, Misfit might be out of business though, bro. They've been canceling shows recently. Salas versus Cruz. I mean, the first round was all Kent Cruz, boxed well. Then he got dropped 4 times to the body in the second round, and he got stopped. That was like a weird turn of events. You know what I'm saying? It happened so quick. Salas, big puncher. He trained by Pitbull Cruz that he coming off a big victory over Ramon Villa. He stopped him. So this another, it's a good victory for him because he were rated in the WBA. I think WBO too, at welterweight. So he can get a big fight. But Cruz didn't have nothing. I don't know what happened. That was a drastic turnaround from the first round to the second round. So got him about there too. So that's what's up. That's Pro Box. PBC had a card down in Australia, so we all tracking this. Tim Tszyu versus Joey Spencer. So this was a welcome back fight for Tim Tszyu, coming off of 2 losses in 2024. The second loss he had was total domination, 3rd round stoppage victory when he lost to Bacha Mutazaliev for the IBF title. The first one was to Fondora. We know about the elbow and all that shit. So this one was just to get him back, you know what I'm saying, the swing of things, which is smart matchmaking. Joey Spencer, I don't even feel like he even came to win type shit. He had a good second round, but after that, Tim Tszyu started slow. I appreciate what he was doing, and that's smart. He kept that phone, he kept that right hand up to keep the phone up for that left hook, which was his downfall against Mutazaliev. He was slow. He slowly got to the fight, and I think in the 3rd round he hit Joey Spencer with some nice body shots and combinations. And I felt like he was like, you know what? I ain't playing with my fool. I'm going to go ahead and get him up out of there. And he stopped him in the 4th. I mean, he was starting to let his hands go. You know what I'm saying? Fast combinations. Like Tim Tszyu got sneaky, quick, fast hands. which is kind of probably unexpected to some and most guys that he fight. So yeah, Tim Tszyu get the 4th round stoppage over Joey Spencer. All roads look to him versus Keith Thurman. I know Keith Thurman went down there to Australia to fight in March. He had a 3rd round stoppage. So, I mean, I'm thinking that's next. They just got to figure out the particulars. Because why would Keith Thurman go all the way there to have a fight, not to fight Tim Tszyu? You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's a summer fight. That should be a big fight. Both guys come off clean. They'll be pretty active going to the fight. You know what I'm saying? A nice little turnaround. I'm hearing July 6th. In Australia, but we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? That's enough time for those guys to get it together, and we'll see what's up. But yeah, Tim Tszyu, it's good to see him back though. He looked good though. I mean, I know it's against Joey Spencer, but I like how he eased his way into the fight. He still got that killer instinct, and I love his catch and shoot game, and his hand speed is pretty decent. So yeah, he ran through Joey Spencer, no resistance. You know what I'm saying? There you go again, Ramos. Yes, sir. Ramos on vacation. How's vacation going, champion? He out there in the Swiss Alps and shit. Yeah, he took some big shots. Sorrell in the building. Salute. And McCrean, what's good with you, bro? Yeah, he got good hand speed for sure. I think Spencer gave that shot Bazoo. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I feel like he knew what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that was to be expected. Yeah. Spencer Bami, yeah, they tried their best to push him, but he ain't it. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't it. So it is what it is. We keep it moving. Top Rank. So, y'all know how Top Rank do with the young guys on the undercard. This is Torres Jr. versus Villanello. We're gonna work our way up. Sammy Contreras pro debut. He got to stop his victory. DJ Zamora, he look good. He's strong, solid. I like how he look in that fight. Got the victory. Jahad Tucker and Troy Williamson. It was a good fight. I felt like it was one-sided. Jahad Tucker I thought he was dominating. Switched it up. He was doing a lot of orthodox stuff. Troy Williamson was just too slow. He ain't really had nothing for him, really. He got dropped in the fight. Jahad Tucker is one of those guys that I feel like I don't know what Top Rank want to do with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they want to do with him. He's not like a big draw, but he's a tough fighter. Hardcore fans know him. I don't know, bro. I don't even know. I'm actually surprised he's still with Top Rank. But he needs something. I know at 160, he needs a big fight. Or I know they're supposed to have a tournament. Tim Tszyu's promoter trying to have a middleweight tournament in Australia. I mean, shit. That's my suggestion. Get into that shit. Because I don't know y'all can tell me what y'all think Top Rank have for Jahad Tucker. Because he's the second, third fight of the card. He haven't really stepped up to a big name. Troy Williamson is probably his biggest name that he fought, maybe. And they haven't put him in a position like no rankings, no type of regional belts. What's that plan for him? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all put that in the chat if you're interested. Art Barrera, he had to stop his victory. That's an RGBA fighter. He looked good. Steven Navarro. He now look at this. Steven Navarro got 6 fights. This fight right here against Juan Garcia, which was a tough fight for him, and he, some good rounds. He ended up getting to stop his victory. He fought for a regional title in his 6th fight, and he just signed with Top Rank. Jahad Tucker been with them since what? 2020, 2021, 2020. So that just tells you, what I'm saying, let's do a little correlation. What they got some plan for Steven Navarro, who fights at 115, right? But middleweight, with all these regional titles and WBO, Latino, WBO, whatever, all these regional titles, Jahad Tucker can't fight for one. I'm just putting shit in perspective because I don't understand what they got for him. You know what I'm saying? Albert Gonzalez, Chop Chop. Now, hold on, I will say this. Jahad Tucker's supposed to fight on what's my man's name? Vito's card. June 21st. He do supposed to fight on there, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Chop Chop Gonzalez had a tough fight against Dana Coolwell. Real competitive, yo. I didn't like them scores for this fight. You know what I'm saying? They had that shit wide for Chop Chop. I thought he won, but they had that shit, what, 80-72? That's nasty. This was a tough fight. He had to earn that. He said the RGBA card. Yeah, they had like 3 or 4 fighters on the card, didn't they? But he get the victory. Dana Coolwell is like a gatekeeper. If y'all following the storyline, right? Dana Coolwell, he fought Shushu Carrington, right? Gave Shushu some solid rounds. Shushu dropped him a couple of times. Now he brought in the fight Chop Chop. Gave him, look, this is the fight that Coolwell could have won. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that 80 card. Good experience with Chop Chop. Yeah, 80-72 was nasty. Abdullah Mason versus Carlos Arnaldes. So this one, late replacement. You know what I'm saying? For Abdullah Mason. He ran through this guy, which I thought he would do. You know what I'm saying? Felt like the dude didn't want to be there. He kept, every time Mason was ready to close the show, he'd take a knee, which was kind of smart. You know what I'm saying? He's speedy. So yeah, Mason. Mason won. He won this fight. Picked up 2 regional titles, a WBO and a WBC one. So that's what's up. Yeah, he was cooked. Yeah, for sure. He gave a solid effort, but he won't gonna win that fight. Not at all. So yeah, Abdullah Mason moves on. Definitely one of the best prospects, contender now, because you know what I'm saying, he moving up in those rankings. Maybe they go revisit that Giovanni Cabrera fight. Giovanni Cabrera was supposed to have been for this fight. He pulled out. So maybe they go back and revisit that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. But I like Abdullah Mason. He good fighter though, for sure. And he gonna be in a position where he can be able to challenge for world titles, and not only challenge, he gonna be able to win those fights. So we'll see. Jonathan 97, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Co-main event, we got Rodolfo Delgado versus Elvis Rodriguez. Pretty much 50-50 fight. Rodriguez was on the front foot. He was backing up the whole fight. Delgado was pressuring, and it really wasn't like a lot of shit going on in this fight. Not really a action-packed type of fight. The only real thing happened like in the 9th round when Delgado hurt. When Elvis hurt Delgado with a straight left hand down the pipe. That was it. But he didn't jump on him. And I felt like he was leaving shit on the table. Like, I don't know if these fighters be understanding their position or where they at. Because this was a Delgado fight to lose. And I say that because of the politics and shit. Delgado just re-signed with Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? Elvis just came back to Top Rank, and they don't really got nothing for him, as you guys can see. So it's not often that Top Rank would put two of their top talents together unless it's like a world title fight. This wasn't a world title fight. Now, it was a WBC eliminator last minute. It was supposed to be an IBF eliminator, but these guys didn't want to do the 12 round. You know what I'm saying? They only trained for 10, so the IBF eliminator was off the table. But it's like a secondary WBC eliminator. So Delgado got the victory. I feel like it was a close fight. It could have been a draw or either way type shit. He got the benefit of the doubt because he was on the front foot pressuring. I felt like Elvis left a lot of meat on the bone. A lot of meat. And I felt like he didn't pick it up down the stretch. You know, when guys lose close fights, now, I like to see guys that's in close fights finish the fight off strong. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to win or lose, but I felt like he didn't close the show. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was. Maybe I think he was expecting Delgado's power too much, but I felt like Elvis got he's the stronger puncher to me with both hands, and he's a quicker puncher. Why not try to see what's going to happen when you exchange? You don't got to stay there and rock and sock and robot, but at least, let's see who's going to come out on top. But obviously, this is the one I feel like he let slip away because he wasn't more assertive. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Delgado moves on. You know what I'm saying? He's in a good position. You know what I'm saying? We never know what's going to happen. Like I said, Top Rank. Look, listen to this now. Top Rank and PBC are working together, right? Alberto Playo is the WBC champion. Alberto Playo is he's in the voluntary stage. His next fight is a voluntary. What if PBC like shit? You know what I'm saying? They work with Tyrant and try to make Playo versus Delgado. You know what I'm saying? As a voluntary, because the mandatory is Dalton Smith, who's gonna fight April the 19th. He get the winner. So I'm just saying, it's a lot of opportunities that you miss when you don't be assertive in fights like this. This 50-50. It's a fight he should have won. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think he got power like that. So I felt like, I don't know. Main event, Richard Torres Jr. versus Guido Vanello. And this is an ugly, sloppy, fun, entertaining fight. All those adjectives, right? It was sloppy. A lot of holding, a lot of clinching. But it was just, I knew it was going to be something like that. Guido don't know how to fight on the inside. You know what I'm saying? He kept missing the uppercut. And when he was landing it late in the fight, and he hurt Torres late in that fight too. But Torres got credit for his being active and aggressive. He landed some good right hooks and stuff like that. But it was an ugly fight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. It was entertaining, but it was ugly. A lot of the same shit. The referee got involved. He took a point from Guido in the second round, bro. Like he won't play no games. So it was, I don't know what's next for Torres. Keep him active. I know he got a cut, but you can see when he step up in competition with those top heavyweights that can punch, it's gonna be nasty. You know what I'm saying? You can tell people gonna time that shit. Him jumping in like that. Now he do got that awkward little motion and kind of tentative and herky jerky and feign and all that shit. But somebody gonna time that shit, and it's gonna be lights out. So I just see that coming. But good victory because Vanello was he was like on a nice little streak, a nice little momentum, and he stopped that. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Not a good fight. He came back to Tyrant. It hasn't been the same, bro. Listen, man, that's perfectly said. I agree with you about Vanello. Torres uses the southpaw advantages on angles. Now he just jumping straight in, and if Vanello was patient enough and fought more relaxed, he could have timed him better. But fights like yeah, for real though. That was a trash. I ain't gonna lie, that was a trash fight. But it is what it is. All right, so we got some news and notes and some fight updates and shit like that. Fight announcements, man. I want to talk about. I'm loving this fight right here. Fabio Wally versus Jarrell Miller. This is gonna be fun. And Torres KO jumping in. Yeah, that's what happened with Jolov. That's what happened. Jolov stopped him like that. Had him sleep too. This is a good one. Fabio Wally versus Jarrell Miller. It's for the WBA interim title. Man, take that away. Man, I ain't even focused on that because I don't know. WBA doing some other shit. But this matchup gonna be fun. Fabio Wally is an entertaining fighter with power. This is gonna be a hometown fight for him in a soccer stadium, football stadium. Y'all know how it is. And he bringing in Big Baby Miller, who can sell a fight. He got that fan-friendly fighting style. You know what I'm saying? You know, he bringing 300 pounds. He's active and stuff like that. Not like he was before the failed PEDs, though. But, you know, he's there to get hit. And with a guy like Fabio Wally, you have to be careful with that because he can punch, yo. We seen what he did in his last fight against Frazier Clark. You know what I'm saying? And he can fight in the trenches too, but he destroyed them in that second fight. And Fabio Wally is a little bit athletic, can move a little bit, and he a strong puncher. So it can be one of I can see both guys winning. But Wally is he's sticking out. He's standing out to me. I can see him he can get tired at fights too. He got tired versus Frazier Clark. If Miller can fix his defense and don't get hit as much and can wear down Wally by leaning on him, because he's going to outweigh him about 50, 60 pounds. Get him tired in the back half of that fight. That's how Miller going to win. But it's going to be dangerous trying to get in there. You know what I'm saying? I like Torres versus Frank Sanchez. Maybe that's a fight they can make. You know what I'm saying? I think Sanchez is a little bit more smarter with his attack, and he'll be able to time Torres. But yeah, I wouldn't mind saying that. That's cool. Wardley is basic. All he has is an overhand right, and Miller get hit with the overhand right all the time. So I'm just saying, yeah, he is. But I like, you know what, another thing I like about Wardley though, he has a killer instinct. Like once he get cracked, it's like he wake up, and I like his killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? And he's a little bit more athletic than what we give him credit for. You know what I'm saying? He's a solid fighter though. Not even gonna hold you. I like Fabio Wardley. So we'll see. We'll see what's up, man. It's a good fight to me. The WBA supposed to do like a little tournament. So these two guys, and then they ordered Pulev versus Michael Hunter, and those guys supposed to fight, and then that supposed to determine the mandatory. So we'll see, man. We'll see. All right. So this is some additions to the Naoya Inoue undercard, May the 4th. So Inoue is gonna face Ramon Cardenas. All right. May the 4th, undisputed, Las Vegas, T-Mobile. So Rohan Polanco is on this card. He's gonna fight Fabian Madonna. We know Madonna. We last seen him. He fought Barrios for the title, and he was touching Barrios up. He was touching him up. So he's on the card. This is a welterweight fight, and Polanco. I like him though. He's good. He's in a position in the next couple of fights. He can mess around and be like the mandatory, or at least get a fight for Brian Norman Jr., which would be a great fight whenever they make that. We got Emiliano Vargas is back. He just fought last week, March 29th. He'll be back May the 4th. He also has a fight date July the 19th in Vegas. So, yeah, they keeping him busy and active. He's a good young fighter. You know what I'm saying? He good. Solid. I think that fight, because this is a quick little turnaround. But maybe his fight in July, they can step his ass up. And I think it's that time. If he that athletic, that talented, go ahead and step him up. Maybe even headline a show. See where he at. I don't know. Marlon Prince in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yeah, he got touched up in that fight. That was crazy. He looked crazy in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Give him Zorrilla. Zorrilla, that's a tough fight for him, but I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. You know what I'm saying? Zorrilla is going to slow that fight down. He going to counter punch, and he can box too. And Zorrilla is a good puncher too. So I'm with it, because if you're saying you're going to beat this, you should be able to beat Zorrilla. That's how I look at it. I don't babysit no fighters. I don't say he's not ready. Nah, fuck that. If you telling us, the fans, that you like that, then take that fight. Let me see something. So I'm with you, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So MVP, they got another prospect card. They got Daniel Pero. He's back. I like him. Pero is nice. He's a heavyweight prospect. You know what I'm saying? He's good. Don't get a lot of love, but he's good though. I like him. He got Cesar Navarro. So it's good the MVP is keeping prospects active, and they're doing regular shows. So that's what's up. Corey Marksman is on the card versus Beltran. So this is gonna be another good fight. Undefeated prospects. That's good. You know what I'm saying? So good to see them actually matching up these guys with some solid competition. That's always good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's May the 9th. Jay Abataya. So he was scheduled to come back May the 13th. So they had to postpone his fight May the 13th against this guy right here. He's gonna run through him. But they postponed it because he has like a calf injury. So they postponed it to June. So that's what's up, June the 8th. I'm not really mad at it, because Abataya, it would keep him on schedule with Zerto. Now, for you guys that don't know, behind the scenes type shit, Zerto supposed to make his WBA mandatory defense against Yanel Dorticos June the 28th. Alright, so this will keep him on schedule with that. He been calling for unifications and stuff like that with the cruiserweight division. We also have Badou Jack coming back on Canelo's undercard May the 3rd. So that's another fight for Jay Amataya that he can, you know what I'm saying? He can do some stuff, because definitely I think this division needs to be unified for sure. And we haven't had a unification since Lucy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. That's what's up. So he run through this guy, you know what I'm saying, and then we can get unification down the line. Alright, here's that card I was talking about earlier in the show. Vito Mielnicki is back. He's going to headline in his hometown, well, back in New Jersey, in Newark, June the 21st. Now, for you guys wondering, Top Rank, they probably going to slow their schedule down around about June, July, because they're looking for a new deal, right? So it might not be so heavy on their cards coming up soon. So Vito is going to headline. Thomas LaManna is one of the co-promoters. He got a big fight. We're going to talk about him. But yeah, you got Truck Simpson on the card. You got the heavyweight. Kimba is on the card, the Polish heavyweight. And this is a card that, Manny Chance is on this card. And you'll probably see Jihad Tucker on this card. So, I had to throw that out there for you. So, yeah, Top Rank, they'll be back. They should be winding down their deal with ESPN and looking to see who they're going to be with, you know what I'm saying? Keep this shit going. Alicia Baumgartner got her opponent. She just signed with MVP. She going to face Jennifer Miranda. You know what I'm saying? Solid fighter. She's actually the WBA interim champion at 126. So she is like Amanda Serrano's mandatory. Because Amanda Serrano still has the WBO and the WBA titles at featherweight. So she's a mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Tall opponent. She's from Spain. She don't got nothing for Alicia Baumgartner. This me breaking it down. But this is a good spot. She's going to co-main for Amanda versus Katie. You know what I'm saying? The trilogy. They're gonna have their press conference this week in MSG. So that's what's up, though. This is a solid fight. I'm not even tripping off of it. I know she was supposed to run it back with her mandatory Delphine Persoon, but I think Persoon's still injured. So this not bad. But it's still some fights for her though. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fights. Even the girls from 26 can come up. She go up to 35, 140. Even I still want to see Michaela fight before the Michaela rematch before they call it a day. So we'll see. That's what's up. We should be hearing more announcements. Alright, here's the PBC card they just announced for May 31st. So we talked about this on the show before. So it's really not no big mystery of who Caleb Plant was gonna fight, because I already had that shit figured out. Armando Resendez is gonna face Caleb Plant. When I seen Armando Resendez coming to new WBA rankings last month, I was like, yo, he got something coming. Because he had fought in February. He had a comeback fight in Mexico. I'm like, yo, why they give him this ranking? And now we know why. So this is like I guess it's a build-up. This is what they used to do back in the day, when they try to build up to a big fight, because Plant and Charlo is a big fight. So Charlo is going to face Thomas LaManna. And those guys were supposed to fight on the Tank versus Roach undercard. It didn't come out. I guess Charlo wasn't ready, so they revisit that. So for the purpose of what PBC is trying to do, to build up this fight with Plant and Charlo, I'm not mad at this fight. I'm not mad at this event. If we gonna get that fight in the fall, which I think is gonna be a good fight, then let's see. We gotta see what Charlo is at. This fight gonna be at 168. Thomas LaManna, he entered the new WBA rankings at 168 at number 11. He was the WBO gold champion at middleweight. So that's just putting pieces together for me. So, and we know Caleb Plant is the WBA interim champion. So y'all see how the pieces and the politics is falling into play. But as far as this fight, I'm with it. Let's get it. It's a build-up fight. So if you take it for anything else, then you know what I'm saying, you're just wasting your time. We know what it is. And we've seen this in the past years and years ago when they used to do this. I remember HBO used to do it all the time. They used to put guys on the undercard and then they end up fighting, you know what I'm saying, down the line. So that's what it is. I ain't mad at it. If what's name is right, then if Charlo if he's back to where he was, it's gonna be a tough fight for Caleb Plant. Teaching the building, what's good with you, bro? Cameron is fighting Yoeli Hernandez on this card. That's a mistake in my opinion. Yo, that's what's up, bro. I was wondering what they was gonna do with him because I appreciate that too, Lionel. Salute to you. Hernandez was in negotiations. Well, let me take that back. They ordered Hernandez to fight Ian Green. Ian Green is with Don King. Anybody that's with Don King and the sanctioned body ordered that fight, it's probably not going to happen. So Michael Hunter and Pulev, Michael Hunter is with Don King. It's probably not going to happen. So I appreciate that, though. And Kyron Davis turned down IBF Eliminator in a fight that I thought he can win to take this fight. That's interesting. That's a tough fight. I'm with you. What do you think about Ken Cruz getting stopped by Quan Williams? Yeah, Ken Cruz, I don't know. He's done to me at a certain level, unless he's going to get brought in as a journeyman type of opponent. I mean, he can't take body shots. You know what I'm saying? He got stopped by Antoine Russell to the body. And then last night he got dropped 4 times in the second round to the body. In the first round, I thought he was in control. That guy was winging wide shots, and he was in control, just outboxing him, hit him with a good jab. So maybe he done with that. I don't know, because you can't take body shots, bro. You know they're going to try to bring you in to fight these up-and-coming opponents, and you don't want that type of shit for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not good for you. Moran, salute to Moran. Moran got hurt early in that fight against Marquand Williams. He came back in the back half, outworked him. You know what I'm saying? Was touching up Williams, and he got a decision. Well deserved too, because Marquand Williams was getting tired. He looked like he kind of ran out of ideas. Maybe he wasn't even in shape. I'm not even sure. He definitely got tired, and he was starting getting clipped, a lot of holding. And I like how Moran was physical with him. And salute to him. Moran back in business. You know what I'm saying? Charlo not the same. And we're going to see. This is the purpose of these fights. To see if these guys are what they, are they the same or not. Alright, so my last one though, we're going to go to the WBC website. So WBC, I'm going to do a little screen share, right? The WBC, they made some announcements about their championship landscape. I just want you guys to see. If you guys ain't tracking, then we can definitely get locked in with this, with the WBC. See what they got cooking. So this is the championship landscape. You know what I'm saying? By division, right? So they're just telling you what's going to happen next with these mandatories and all that shit, right? So, Usyk, he's the champion. He beat Tyson Fury, all that good shit. All right, cruiserweight. So, Bridgerweight. Let me not. I passed Bridgerweight, right? But Bridgerweight, they got a title fight coming up. It's actually, it's May the 1st, right here, May the 1st. So Lorena gonna face Rabchenko, but this division is kind of like irrelevant. I ain't gonna hold you. So Badu Jack, they got his championship in recess. He got that back. He gonna face Ryan Rosinski on the Canelo undercard. That's gonna be a pretty fun fight. And that's another one. We don't know what he got, so we have to see. We want to know what Badu Jack got left. We haven't seen him in a while. So this right here breaks down what's going on with the championship landscape, right? So Peralta and Seslak supposed to fight for the interim title. They haven't made that fight yet. Noel McCallan, that's a Don King fighter. He's having a promotional dispute with Don King. So like I said, y'all, when y'all see Don King fighters in any negotiations, they talking about calling out fighters, bro, it's cap. Don't believe it. Until they prove me wrong, like Blair Cobbs, if we call out a fighter, bro, just Just turn the channel. Go to something else. Because he just teasing the fans. All right, light heavyweight. So here's a breakdown. This is a big one because we try to see what Bivol and Maturia going to do. So we know Bivol is a new undisputed champion. Morrell beat Benavidez beat Morrell for the interim. They bring it all the way down. Benavidez is the mandatory. So this is the big thing right here. All right. The fight has been ordered. So these guys have a purse bid coming up April the 8th. So what's that? That's Tuesday. So we should be hearing some things. We're going to see, you know what I'm saying, what's going to actually pop off with this. Will Bivol bypass this and then elevate Benavidez as full champion, or will they actually make a deal and make a fight? We'll see. Super middleweight, so let's speak on what Canelo got popping. Here's the one right here that caught my eye. April the 8th. So we got a couple of purse bids with the WBC to look out for. And Billy versus Pacheco for the interim title. So to my understanding, Pacheco is not going to take this fight. Pacheco is this is what I'm getting. Pacheco going to fight Trevor McCombie on the undercard of Hitchens versus Kambosos June 21st. Now we'll have to see. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hearing in the streets, right? Shit can change, is whatever, but Trevor McCombie versus Diego Pacheco, that's the fight. I've been hearing that fight more than I've been hearing this fight. So that says a lot. And these guys are negotiations. The biggest holdup with this, and Billy and his team want to fight in Canada in May. Pacheco and his team want to fight in like LA or something like that in June or July. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy because then Billy would be out the ring for almost a year. He fought in August last year, coming off an injury. Pacheco fought in January. He fought August last year and January this year. So he's active. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. April the 8th. All right, middleweight. So we talked about Janibek, right? So Janibek, we seen him last night, and then the first thing we think of, he need to unify. So Lara or Carlos Adames. I don't even think he's gonna get neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? Not next anyway. You see right here, Carlos Adames has a mandatory, so he had to make 2 mandatory defenses. He made one against Hamza Shiraz, which he should have got the victory. They ruled it a draw, so he got to face Janibek's countryman. What's his name? Sultanov. Now Sultanov is a solid fighter, so we'll see. They have a purse bid date May the 6th if they don't make a deal. So if you guys are wondering what these guys got next, you know what I'm saying, and we can kind of bypass this is what people say. You know, y'all know the myth when people say mandatories trump unification trump mandatories. Prime examples. I've been trying to tell people that shit ain't always the case. It depends on the bread, it depends on the situation, promotional. If that was the case all the time, right? Like if it was like the standard, then Janibek and Adames should be a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, y'all shouldn't even order this. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, they should make. If you're a title holder in a division with another title holder, that's your mandatory first. Before we get to the top 15, that's your mandatory. That's why I've been saying that shit for years. I believe your mandatory is the other champions in your division. But you know what I'm saying? Turn the channel. That's what I'm saying. Turn the channel. Because they'll lie to you quick and they don't come back and clean it up. For sure. Let me see. 154. So y'all see this. Fondor and Spence supposed to fight. Spence turned down the fight. He pulled out. Crawford, he not going to be in the division no more. So y'all see that. He was the mandatory. Yo, Bohachuk, he's the interim champion. Bohachuk won an eliminator. Bohachuk is going to fight Michael Fox May 17th in California. They just announced that. Then Virgil, y'all see the whole play right there. So Sebastian Fondor got a mandatory with the WBO coming up. Him and Xander Zayas. So y'all stay tuned for that. They talk about Barrios. Suzuki and Mean Machine. You know what I'm saying? They gonna fight an eliminator. So y'all see. So this is how I be well, not figuring out shit, but I pretty much knew all of this, but it's like a stamp. So yeah, if you into that, like, you can go to the website. They'll tell you everything that you need to know. So you don't have to second guess when you put out information or you try to find shit out. Look at Playo. I spoke on Playo. He won. He defended his title. It supposed to have been Russell, but he fought for the WBA. So Playo isn't a voluntary. You know what I'm saying? He got a voluntary coming up. So that's why I said it was important for Elvis to win that fight, because you never know, especially with PBC and Top Rank working together. You never know what can happen. Alright, let me see. Okay, here's the lightweight. So Shakur, he made a defense against Padley. We already know that. Zepeda is the interim champion. So that's why I was saying at the top of the show, when people saying Shakur ducking and all that shit, if he hasn't been stripped of his WBC title, you can't call it a duck, because that means he turned down the negotiations for the order from the WBC. Like all that other shit, the negotiation and shit, that's just how shit work. Like, people think that fighters should accept shit, or they tell fighters what they deserve or what they don't deserve. But at the end of the day, it always go back to the sanction body. You know what I'm saying? So the sanction body, WBC, they got a Mexican interim champion in Zepeda. They should enforce their rules in order to fight. You know what I'm saying? And then let it go to negotiations, because you know what I'm saying, Golden Boy never had an issue with that happening before. Why is the issue now? So, and then a lot of fans, like I said, they don't fuck with a certain fighter, they're going to turn it down and look the other way. And even though they got clear evidence, that's just how it be. Shaki Foster, he supposed to be fighting Fulton, but we'll see how that shit gonna shake out. Mark Maceo and Rocky Hernandez got a purse bid on Tuesday, so y'all stay tuned. A lot of purse bids coming up for WBC. And let me see, this is the last one I'm gonna go to. Everything else is pretty much the same though. Featherweight. So this is a big one too, because we know Shushu, he won the eliminator last weekend. So they saying right here, look, the winner of Fulton vs. Figueroa is supposed to get Ray Vargas. You know what I'm saying? So y'all seeing the play and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see what the WBC trying to do. Now, there's a lot of scenarios, which I think Fulton should be allowed to go up to 130 and fight for the WBC title against Shaki Foster. They let Ray Vargas do it. Ray Vargas was featherweight champion. He went up to fight Shaki Foster for the vacant WBC title at 130. Came up short. Ironically, Fulton trying to do the same thing. They must think Foster's some easy work or something. I don't know. But they talking about if Fulton do that, if he decides to move up, then they're going to strip him and elevate Ray Vargas. Then Ray Vargas come out of recess again, and he'll have to fight his mandatory and Shushu Carrington. So it's a lot of shit at play, yo. We're going to see. But I just want to throw that by you guys. But you can tap in on your own. Go to the WBC website, bro. A lot of this shit, yo, I be figuring out. I just go to the website. It ain't really nothing to figure out. They'll just tell you. It's just a lot of news in boxing, and certain news don't get circulated because we gotta focus on the popular shit. But a lot of shit that goes on in boxing, it's right there in front of us. Like, I don't do nothing so crazy. I just got crazy attention to detail, and I love boxing. So, and I'm not stuck on like one or two fighters. I'm like everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn all this shit. So yeah, I said cool. Is he keeping his belt? That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure. Okay, I answered. I'm not sure because he's not Mexican. So they let Vargas keep his belt. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's weird. Maybe so. Maybe they'll do something like this though. Maybe they let him keep his belt, and they'll do Fulton. No, they'll do Shushu versus Vargas for the interim title. You know what I'm saying? I remember Figueroa had to fight somebody for the interim title. I think Figueroa fought Jesse Magdaleno for the interim title. So, yeah, maybe that's what it is. So, we'll see. We'll see what's up. But yeah, that's all I got, though, man. Salute to everybody coming through the building. I know we're getting ready for this big unification next week. Boots versus Stanionis. That's like the biggest fight, best fight on the schedule. One of the best fights, especially for April. So I'm looking forward to that. And any other news that pop up, y'all know I'll be back with that. Also, we have, I'll be back, I think, Tuesday. We're going to talk about the upcoming fight week for sure. So salute to everybody coming through the building. That's my time, and I'm out.